and welcome to another episode of The Clever Clarinetist. I'm your host, Dr. Larkin Sanders. Today, I'm doing a really fun comparison that I've been wanting to do for, a couple of years, but things, life, they get in the way. So I'm here now, better late than never. So today I'm comparing the Selmer Presence clarinet to the Buffet R13. Both of these instruments are an A, and I know you're probably dying to see the mashup or the showdown between the two B-flat clarinets of these two models. But I'm gonna be perfectly frank with you. Buffet has really fallen behind, and they have not been able to send me my master order this year. And I put that in January, and it's June. So I don't know, maybe they'll have their stuff together someday soon. So anyway, I'm excited to see how these two A clarinets compare. So even if I don't have B flat clarinets, I do have the A clarinets, and all of these clarinets that I will be demonstrating for you today are for sale, except of course my personal instruments. So these have a decent amount of things in common. So they're both A clarinets. Their price points are very similar. They're both about $4,800. They all have silver plated keys. One of the Presence A clarinets I will be trying has the 18th key. The rest of the clarinets that I will be trying do not. Both of these Selmer Presence A clarinets that I will be trying are not evolution models, and the Buffet instruments I'll be trying are just regular R13. So all these instruments are made out of solid grenadilla. So I'll do a quick back-to-back comparison of all four instruments, plus my own A clarinet, which I will use as the control for this project. It is a Presence A clarinet with a few modifications that I'll tell you about in just a second. So here's my personal A clarinet. Her name is Adele. She's fabulous and I love her. The only thing that's going to be different about Adele to the other instruments is that I will be using my barrel of choice, which is a Behn EVO Adjustable Barrel. It's a really cool barrel, and if you're interested in adjustable barrels, you absolutely must give these a try. They're a little bit expensive, but because they are made out of synthetic materials, they'll never change, they'll never break down, they'll last you a lifetime, so it's a very solid investment. But we're here to try A clarinets, so let's hear some A clarinets. I am going to be playing an F major scale, slurred and articulated, and an excerpt from the Mozart Clarinet Concerto, just to compare the ease of playing across all of these instruments. Today is not about playing a fabulous Mozart concerto. It is about listening, hearing, and feeling these A clarinets. I should also mention I'm using the same setup to try all these instruments. It's my personal setup right now, and I love it. I'm playing a Behn Epic mouthpiece with a medium tip opening, a Silverstein HEXA ligature in rose gold, and a D'Addario Reserve Classic Reed strength 3.5. Alright, so those are all the A clarinets I currently have in the R13 and Selmer Presence category. I guess I should switch these so it could be like the beginning of the video. There we go. And they're quite similar instruments, all kind of in the same realm of resistance levels and of the key work. The key work was quite consistent. The feeling across all the instruments was very consistent with a few exceptions. So for me, I felt better about the intonation on the Presence clarinet. And this is like a famous discrepancy between Selmer and Buffet clarinets. I actually asked a representative from Buffet, why is this the case? Why is this instrument manufacturer that is the oldest in the Behn scene, I guess, still making clarinets that are out of tune? And they said, we'd be happy to answer that for you. And it's because it is the way they find that they get the most traditional, most beautiful clarinet sound. Okay, that's fine. Most clarinet players can work with that. They can make some adjustments. They can learn to make these micro adjustments really quickly. A lot of the best clarinet players in the world have managed to do that. Selmer, on the other hand, has adjusted a lot of the tone hole placements to accommodate for intonation purposes. So for me, I prefer the ease of intonation to the traditional beauty of sound. I mean, I think I got a beautiful sound on both these clarinets though. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. I also felt like articulation was about the same on both instruments, maybe slightly easier on the Selmer just because maybe that's what I'm used to. And I know that you probably were listening to me play this Mozart clarinet concerto on the Buffet thinking, wow, her time is pretty wonky. I at least felt like my time was wonky while I was playing it. And it's because I was really trying to think hard about where my fingers were going because the fingerings are different. The key placement is different between these two instruments. So bouncing back and forth is no easy feat. And if you're gonna come from Selmer to try a Buffet or come from Buffet to try the Selmer, keep that in mind. They're not going to feel the same. No clarinets are going to feel the same, especially when you're very used to one or the other. So I felt like I still got a beautiful sound though on the Mozart with these Buffet R13s. And something else I noticed about the R13 that I was really pleased by is that oftentimes we get these things called wolfing tones in A clarinets. Is when the notes like G, A, B, this like third partial clarion range up here kind of gets like a or a grunty sound before the note actually speaks. It's called a wolf. Cellos also get wolves, and I think double basses too. It is kind of similar, but not really. Ask your cello friends or double bass friends to demonstrate their wolf tones for you sometime. And R13 Buffets are, oh my god, notorious for them, but I wasn't getting any wolf tones on either of these A clarinets. So maybe these A clarinets are really special that I have. Overall, I think whether you're looking for Selmer or Buffet A clarinets, I think you have to try both of these models, the R13 and the Presence. They are wonderful instruments, and they are probably the best value of any instrument, I think personally, on the market right now, at least in the key of A. About the same price point, is considered an entry-level price point for A clarinets, about $4,800. But it is what it is. Yay, inflation. If you have any questions, concerns, complaints, interests, thoughts, anything, please feel free to comment below. Let me know what you thought. Which A clarinet did you like better? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Did you prefer the Selmers to the Buffets, the Buffet to the Selmer, my clarinets, everything? Do you think I need to buy a new clarinet? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Please visit my website for cool things like all these clarinets. They're all for sale. And this shirt, which I designed myself, this is the Rainbow Clarinet shirt. It's June, so happy Pride Month, friends. Get your Rainbow Clarinet nerd gear on at cleverclarinetist.com. And if you thought this video was helpful, you found it interesting, you want more content like this, I do a lot of product demonstrations, I post some performances every once in a while, but most of my stuff is very informative. It's either pedagogically based or product based. Feel free to hit like and subscribe so you get more content from me, the Clever Clarinetist. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.